Hello. Today I am back with another 5 of 4 Sudoku from AstralSky. And from the last one, I have checked the star rating. That one was 3 stars, where the rest of them have been 4 or 5. So this one's back to 5 stars, so probably going to be a longer video, but of course by this point y'all already know how long it is. With that said, I'll just get right into it. So there's normal Sudoku rules, normal Fog of War rules as well. And then we have self-exclusion rules. Digits in a cage may not repeat and must sum to the total. Okay. At the top left corner. A killer cage cannot contain cells left of or higher than the given sum. Okay, yeah. That's just, essentially this one's telling you that since we have this cage here, there can't be anything up here, so a cage like this isn't possible, and for this one it can never go up. It could also not go somewhere like this, because this square here has to be the top left square. The digits that form the total cannot appear. The digits that form a total cannot appear in that cage. So I believe that means that, for instance, this 3, 6 one can't have a 3 or a 6, right? Because 3 and 6 form that total, and 15 can't have a 1 and a 5. There's also no overlapping cages. Digits along indicated diagonals must sum to a total of given. The digits that form a total cannot. So same rule with the diagonals. Digits may repeat on a diagonal if allowed by other rules. -S can represent any number, however 2 digits numbers cannot start with a 0. So essentially these 2 dashes here could be any number. Just for these two, obviously can't be a 0. Example, a cage with sum 11 cannot contain a 1. Yeah, okay. And question mark also can stand for any digit. So, I failed to see what the difference between question mark and dash is, unless maybe question mark doesn't apply to the other rule. Maybe that's it, but, dashes can represent any number, however 2-digit numbers cannot start with a 0. Okay, I guess we'll see that later. Anyways, for this 36, it has to contain every digit except for a group of digits summing up to 9, and since 3 and 6 are both missing, this already tells me that it's just missing 3 and 6, since those two add up to 9. The 15, I don't have any great information on. And this cage down here cannot be part of the same cage as the 3, 6, because I would need to have 8 cells to make it, so this cage down here is some other mystery cage. Anyways, I have a 32 here. These two each sum up to a minimum of 1 plus 4 plus 5, because 2 and 3 can't be included. So 10, 20. 20 plus 7 is going to give me 27. These two can sum up to a minimum of 5, which is going to bring me up to 32. So I do know all of these. And this one here can't be a 1 because this diagonal can't have a 1 in it, so I get this. And I need to make a sum of 8 with the remaining 2 cells in here, which can be 2, 6 or 3, 5. Can't be 2, 6 because then it would have a 2 in it. So I get it's 3, 5. I can get rid of the coloring. I guess it was probably mentioned there somewhere that cages don't necessarily have to give their digit totals. And this cage, this red one here cannot be the same one as the blue one, which means the blue one must go at least here. Well, it's going to definitely have to go further, but, okay. The 15 theoretically could end where it is right now, and there wouldn't be any issues with that. I'm not sure if the dashes are all the same number or not. That's something I'm not positive on. And that's one of the 2 places I'm considering thinking about. Digits may repeat. Dashes can represent any number. Question mark can stand for any digit. Okay. Well, the other thing I'm considering looking at is this diagonal here. because the max, let's see, first of all, the minimum it could be is 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2, which is going to give me a minimum of 12. So this can't be 11. 21 is possible. 31, 8 plus 9 is 17 plus, yeah, so it's 21 or 31, and I'm not sure which of the two it is yet. However, I do know that this group here is going to be 2, 6, 8, 9. And, let's see. Was there any specific rules, just like... Okay, so even just the digits that form a total can't be used. So I could potentially figure out what these two digits are. Oops. We'll get that out of here. Sorry about that. That's just how Microsoft sometimes lets things happen if I idle my mouse on the edge too long. Anyways, let's see. Theoretically, one of these groups is going to have a 2 in it, and that one either has to add up to 30 something or 1 and then something, because it can't be 20 something. If it was 30 something on one of them, then it would have to be this one, because if this one was 30 something, then this one would have to have 1 as the leading digit, which isn't possible. Therefore, this one would have to be 30 something, which isn't possible because 8 plus 9 plus 1 is only 18, and that plus 5 only gets you to 23, so neither of these are 30 something, which means one of them has to be, this one has to have a 1 as the leading digit, and then this one must have a 2 as the leading digit, and they need to add up to 41, which should be doable, but since this one needs to have a 1 as the leading digit, and this is a minimum of 3 here, and these two are a minimum of 2, I can't have a 9 or an 8, because that would already bring this one up to being 20 something when it needs to be have 1 as the leading digit. These two then, well, I can get rid of these two as well, but these two then add up to 8, 15. I need this to still be a 1 something, so there we go. And the cell's lit up, so that means I'm correct and haven't missed a rule, which is good. And just to check, this adds up now to 23, and this one here adds up to 18, both of which don't have the respective digits in there, so we're fine. This one here is a group of 7. I don't think I have a great way of figuring that out yet. Here I have 17 plus, realistically, potentially another 17. Or could it be 2 digits adding up to 3? That is possible as well. Or 2 digits adding up to 4 being 1 and 3. That's also possible. So it's either 1 and 3 making it 21, or to get it to 31, I need to have 17 plus 14, which could be a number of things, actually. Let's see. So first, 3, 1. If it's adding up to 14, then it's either 5, 9, or it's 6, 8. So those are all the possibilities there. Okay. This 1, 2, plus 2, plus 1, plus 2. 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 gives me 8. This can be a maximum of 9 because it's a blank here, so the largest number I could possibly have is a 3 somewhere, and that's if everything else was 1s or 2s. And I can't have a 3 here, so I know this is a 1-2 pair, so this isn't a 1, which means this can't be a 3. Okay, and I have a 1-2 pair here, which means I get a 2 somewhere up here. And I also know one of these has to be a 1, because if I didn't have a 1, I'd have 2 plus 3, which is 5, plus 2, 7, plus 1 plus 2. And I can use the same exact logic on this side, except for 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 is going to give me 6. This one could be a maximum of 3, therefore it's a 1. It is not a 1. I've made a mistake somewhere then. It's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. What is it? The dashes can... Oh, the dashes can be any number. Hang on. Okay, there have been some incorrect things. Okay, now I follow. The dash could just be any number. the question mark is specifically a single digit. Okay. Then, yeah, just dropping all of that logic, and I guess I happen to know this one isn't a 1 now, but I'll leave it because that detracts from the solve otherwise. And now I understand why there's dashes and question marks. It makes sense now. Okay. Is the next thing I have to do looking at this cage here? It has to be missing 2 digits, and the total has to be those 2 missing digits in some combination. So when you're subtracting 2 digits, the largest you can subtract is 17. 45 minus 17 is 28. 28 won't work. 29 won't work because 45 minus 11 doesn't get you to 29. Therefore, this is going to be either something with a 30 involved or something with a 40 involved. If it's 30, I'm missing 2 digits adding up to 15, which doesn't work because one of them has to be a 3. So 42 minus whatever the second digit is would have to equal second digit. The only possible way to do that is 36 because any number less than that you won't subtract off enough, and any number larger than 6 you'll subtract off too much. So 36 is one candidate. If it's something with 40, I could be missing 4 and 1. That is possible, and then I would just have 40. So it's either 36 or 40. Those are my 2 possibilities, and to remember that I'm going to do, I'm just going to pencil mark these in here. They don't have any physical representation to that, but it just reminds me of what the things are that I could be missing. Let's see. If it's 36, then I know that 3 and 6 are both not possible here, so this would have to be 5, 9. If it's 40, then it's going to be 4 and 1 missing, so this has to be a 5. And then I can't have a 5 or a 1 here, and that means it's a 6, 8. So either way, this can't be 1, 3, because I need to be missing 1 or 3 both times. Therefore, this is going to be 31 for the diagonal here. Let's see. What else can I do with this? If this one's also 36, then I need to have 3 and 6 here, which will mean that I have 9 currently in here, and I need to get 2 digits, I need to get some digits summing up to 6, which would have to be 2 and then 4. Yeah, if this was a 36, it would have to be a 2 and a 4. And that is possible and doesn't break anything, actually, so okay. And if this is a 40, then I'm not sure there is anything I can do with that actually at the moment. Can't think of anything. Okay. And diagonals, well, digits can obviously repeat in them. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else I can do with this? Let's see. Yeah, this is a bit tricky now to think about. Well, either way, actually, if this is 36 and I can't have a 6 in either of these, if this is 40, then one of these two is going to be a 6 and the other is an 8. Okay, actually that doesn't do anything because I was going to try and get a 6 into one of these, but I could just have a 6 here for the box. So, yeah, that doesn't do anything. Let's see. Either way, what digits am I guaranteed to have? I'm guaranteed to have, let's see, 2 and then 5 through 9. Because I could be missing 4 and 1, or, well, I'm guaranteed to have 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Because I'm either missing 1 and 4 or 2 and 6, or 3 and 6. So, I need to have a 9, and 7 and 9 have to be somewhere in these blocks, but I don't see that helping me particularly. if this guy is a 36, let's think about that again. If this is a 36, then this one here has to be 5 and 9. This has to be 3 and 6 in here, and then I'm going to get a 2 and a 4, which means this has to be a 1 in that case. So this one here is either 1 or it's 5, so it can't be a 4. That's something. Let's see. Yeah, it can't be a 4, because either way 4 is going to get used. So one of these two is a 4. Okay. If this is a 4, then one, or, well, this is 36 here, then one of these two is 4. And, let's see. Just making sure cages can have zeros in them at all. A killer cage cannot contain digits left of or higher than given some of the digits in the cage form. The total cannot appear. Yeah, there's nothing against this. Okay. Let's see. This one is currently at 4 or 5. It's going to need 2 more squares somewhere in this area to branch out into. If it can't go over here, then we're going to get this shape, in which case I need to have... that doesn't work actually, because the 2 digits in 15... Actually, no, that could be fine. Because if this is 7 and 8, it wouldn't work, because I need 7 and 8 to both be there. But if this was 6 and 9, I could just have 9 up here, and that'd be fine. So, currently nothing about that breaks. This diagonal here is 31, so I can't do anything about that. This diagonal, well, these two diagonals, I don't really have any great clues to work them out with at the moment. If this is a 6, 8, then this is going to be a 5 here, and let's see. 6, 8, 5 there, and then I need 2, 3, 7, and 9. I don't see anything keeping me from getting that. 15 can't have a 1 and a 5 in it, which doesn't particularly matter if I'm going over here and this one's a 4 anyways. Let's see. If this is a 36, then let's see, this is a 1 here, this is a 4, and this here is a 5, which must connect over here, which would mean this one, yeah, that one already is the 5, I'm guaranteed of that. One of these two in the row is a 5. It's not particularly helpful, it's just something I figured I'd mark down. So I think the key to this currently is figuring out this cage's remaining position, or spaces. Let's see. If this is missing 4 and 1, then what does that change? This is now, would then be a 6, 8 pair, and I'd have a 5 here. And, this could be a 6, 9 pair here. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, this is a bit tricky right now. I'm just kind of at a dead stop. Let's see. Well, I know none of these are a 1, right? Because, if this is a 1, then there obviously isn't a 1, and if this is a 5, then I have a 40, which means I'm missing 4 and 1, so none of these are 1. Neither of these are 1, therefore one of these 3 is a 1. So if this is a 5, then one of these 2 is a 1, and the other is a 4. Let's see. Is it possible for me to have... Is a 4 forced into 15 when this is a 5? That is a question I should probably think about. If this is a 5, then I have a 6-8 pair here. Which I could have 6 and 9 here. That's possible. In which case I'd have a 9 up here. Actually, there's one other case to consider is, if I have this blocked off now, does my knowledge of a 1 here change anything? I already know then that this has to be 6 and 9, there has to be a 9 here. There's already a 1 here, so this isn't a 1. Does anything else change? Actually, hang on. There's something else I can also consider. I'm just going to get rid of these two because they're not guaranteed. It's also not possible for either of these two to be, for any of this block to be a 5. If this is a 5, then I have to reach one of these two. If this is a 5, then one of these 3 is a 5. And one of these is a 1. So when this is 5, actually, I need to hit both of these, which I will mark in orange temporarily, and only both of these. Which means when this is 5, I need to have a 6-9 pair here, which means I can't have a 6 here and I can't have an 8 here. So I have a 6-9 pair here, I have a 9 here, I have a 5 in this, I'm missing an 8, so one of these two has to be an 8. Okay. Yeah. Let's see, where do I go from here? Okay, actually, I think I see it. Because this is the forced path for when this is a 5. When this is a 1, then I know I'm in the 3-6 pair. Which means none of these are 3 and 6, none of these are 3 and 6, these two are 3 and 6, which means this one must extend through both of these. Therefore, my path for up here must go through both of these. So this one is guaranteed to be blue, and it's, mark this in orange. One of these two is the remaining one. And let's see, when I have to access this one, it's because I have a 1 here, right? Yeah. When I have a 5 here, then I access this one. But when I have a 1 here, I have a 5 here, this one is a 5. So this one here can't be a 5 ever, because if it was, I'd have a 1 here and a 4 here. But then I wouldn't be able to get a 5 anywhere in these two. Let's see. If I have a 1 here, then I get a 5 here, which would imply, or it's the other way around actually. If I have a let's see. If I have a 5 here, that implies 3, 6, which means I need to go here and have this be a 4. So if this is a 1, then this is a 5, then this breaches here and it breaks. Therefore I have a 4, I do not have a 4 here, I've messed something up. I guess, can this one be a 5? Then this one was a 1, right? So we have 36, 5 breaks. Let's see. Oh, when it's 5, no, when it's 5, this one is not 36, it's 40. So this one was 1, which happens if I have a 5 here, 1 here, 4 here. If I have a 4 here, I get a 1 and a 5. I see the thing. Because this extends over here only when I have a 5. When I have a 1, this clearly, let's see, when I have a 1, this one extends all the way over here. This one could go 1 space out, but it won't go 2. 1, 4, 5. And if it's a 5, then, yeah, when it's a 5, then I have the 41. Like, I have the 40 case, which means that I already have a 5 up here, so this is a 4, and when this is a 1, this is a 5. So this one here can never be 1, because if this was a 1, then this is a 5, right? And that means I have a 6 here, which means this is the 40 case here. And when it's the 40 case, that's when I get this pattern. No, that's when I get this pattern. Oh man, this is frying my brain. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna pencil mark in which of the two forces which of these. So when I have a 5 here, then this one is missing 4 and 1. Which means that I know, well, and there's already a 5 here, so I know there's a 5 up here, and based on that, and the fact there's a 5 here, this one would be a 1 or a 4, which I could access. I don't know how my logic reached here. I see, maybe? Okay, so I have made some mistakes. Okay, that's confused me more than it's worth. Let's just confirm why this is not possible, just to be safe. Then I get 6 and 9 here for my two numbers. I get a 9 up here. I know I have to have a 3 here, therefore this one can't be missing 3 and 6, it must be missing 4 and 1, so this is a 5. Then I get an 8 here and a 6 here. Okay, I get an 8 here, I get an 8 up here and a 6 down here, and I have a 5 here, which means I get a 5 somewhere up here, and then this one must be a 4. Because it can't be a 1 since I am guaranteed to have a 1 up here. Okay. Is there any reason why that wouldn't be fine? I can't see a reason why that wouldn't work, so I guess my previous deduction I made is just nothing. Okay, maybe I try rolling with the 3-6 case and see if that breaks somewhere down the line. If these two are 3 and 6 and I get a 2 here and a 4 here, then this one extends over to here, so I get a 5 here and I get a 1 down here. And logically that works fine, because then I get a 9 here and a 5 here. One of these two is a 3. Yeah, one of these two is a 3. In that case, and let's see. That's going nowhere. I can see that already. These 3 digits must be contained somewhere in this column. And these 3 must be somewhere in this row, although I don't think that tells me anything at the moment, actually. None of these 3 could be a 4. But other than that, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. One of these is a 3. If it's one of these two, that's a 3. Then I get the case where I have a 5 here, then, because I can't be missing both 3 and 6. So I'm missing 4 and 1. In which case I have, let's see, where did this? Yeah, deduction started because I have a 3 in here. So then I have a 5 here, an 8 here, and a 9 here, which means I must have an 8 somewhere up here. And can I have also a 6 in here? Theoretically, yeah, I could. Yeah, I'm not sure where to go with this, purely because 40 is an option, and 40 is such an achievable option. That's what's really messing me up. And I'm not missing any rules. Man, I'm really getting stumped early with this one. Let's see. So I'm missing 3 and 6. Every other digit must be included. So whatever 2 digits I have up in here, assuming they're not 3 and 6, must appear somewhere up here. And if I only have a 2-digit solution, it must be these 2 digits. Or, well, one of them, because it would have to be 6, 9, I think. If it's 7, 8, actually, what happens then? Have I already looked at this? Maybe. If this is 7 and 8, then I know I have to have 3 and 6 in these 2 spots. Then I get a 5 here as well, and I get a 9 down here, and I get a 1 here, which breaks. Therefore, a 7, 8 just isn't a possibility. This was 6 and 9. Then I have a 3 down here, which would... So there's a couple cases. If this is just 2 digits, 6 and 9, and I have a 3 down here, which means I'm missing both 4 and 1, so I'm actually going to switch this from being 40 to being 4 and 1, just so I remember. I'm missing 4 and 1, so then this is a 5, this is an 8, and this is a 6 as well. And in this case, I need to have a 9 somewhere up here. That's one option. If this is not 2 cells long, and this is at least 3, then this one has, the blue one would have to go over here, and this one would have to go here. And, in that case, I am hitting one of these 2, which must be a 4 or a 5, and I don't see anywhere I can go with that at the moment, actually, which is the real struggle. Let's see, this one's missing 3 and 6, and this one has 3 and 6, and then it has a 2 and it has a 4 here. And let's see, I am then also going to have all of these, then these 2 also have to be 3 and 6. These 3 digits here have to be these 3 digits up here, just guaranteed. And since I have 3, 6, I'm missing both 3 and 6. So this is going to be a 1 over here. Then I'm going to get a 5 here, which means this one's a 5, this one is a 4. And these 2 digits are these 2 digits. That's fine. I can't see any issues with that at the moment. One of these 3 is a 2, which is alright. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to... Actually, I don't know what I can go to. Huh. Yeah, I'm just not sure where to go at all. Now, let's see. What happens if this is a 4? Then I know that this one can't be 4, so this one can't be missing both 3 and 6, which would mean that it's missing 1 and 4, which would make this a 1. And, okay, if this one here instead is a 4, then I actually don't get, like, any information at all. Let's see. Actually, if I know this one now is a 4, and I know that then I get one of these 2 is a 4. If this one's a 4, then pink extends like this, blue extends like this. If this one's a 4, then blue has to go like this, which make this a 9, this a 6-9 pair, and this one here has to be a 6. let's see. What happens if this one here is just a 9? Does that matter at all? And then I have 9 and 5, and then I have a 1 here, which means this one is missing 3 and 6. So this is... maybe that was something I forgot to consider. When this one is a... when this is a 3-6 pair, I get a... let's see, whoops. This is a 2 here. Here I have a 4. I have a 3-6 pair over here. This one's missing 3 and 6, so this is a 1. This is a 5, and this is a 9. So then I get one of these 2 is 9. Both of these are blue. This one's a 9, so I actually can't have a 9 there, which is not what I was hoping for. Okay. Let's see. Digits forming a total cannot appear in the cage. I know that already. Let's see. Yeah, and if this one was a 4, then this one here has to be a 5. No, 1. Because I can't be missing 3 and 6 in this anymore, because then they would both go in here. So this one has to be missing 1 and 4, which would mean this has to be a 5. Then an 8 and a 9. And, then one of these 2 is a 4. If this one's a 4, then that one goes over there. And if this is a 4, then this one just goes to neither of these. And when that happens, 8 and 6 are the 2 digits in these, which changes practically, or is exactly inconvenient enough for me. Can either of these bottom digits here be, or can either of these 2 digits be a 6? No, wait a second, no they can't, because then I have a 9 here and then I have a 5 here, which would make this a 1, which breaks everything, so one of these 2 digits here is a 6. Okay. Which means I can't have 6 and 4, can I? No, I can't. I can't have 6 and 4, because then I would need to have either 2, 3, which there isn't enough space for, a 5, or a 1 and a 4, which all of those break. Therefore, there's no 4 in here, which means I have no 4 in any of these. If this one is a 5, then I'm missing... let's see, if this is a 5, then that means I'm missing 1 and 4. In which case, all of 1, 4, and 5 must appear in this block of cells, so I get a shape like this when this is a 5. Let's see. Yeah, when this is a 5, I'm going to get rid of this, because that's the opposite of fall phone. I'm going to switch this one to being that kind of pencil mark for a moment. When this is a 5, then I get, let's see, I get both of these. When this is a 1 now, I know that I have a 5 here. I'm missing both 3 and 6, which means this one has to be a 4, and then this one has to be a 5, which I must reach, therefore I have to go over here. Just to be sure before I recommit this one to being like that, just going to make sure this breaks. Let's see, when I get this shape, what do I know now? I know that this one here can't be a 1, because I already have a 1 up here. I know that, let's see. This one here then is 4 or 5, which means this one can't be a 5, because that would force things to break. So this one must be a 1, implying that I am not missing both 3 and... this one would be a 1, which would mean 5 and 9, which would break, because I have a 9 in here and a 9 up here. Perfect. So, in fact, this one is actually true. Let's see. If I have a... Let's see, if I have a 1 here, then I'm missing both 3 and 6, which would mean I get 3, 6 here, 2 here, and 4 here. And that's if I'm missing a 1. If I'm missing a 5, then this one just can't be a 5. Yeah. because now that I know I have to have a 6 in here. I don't know how 6 changed the logic. This one just could never be a 5 because then I'd get a 1 here and a 4 up. If this one was a 5, I'd have a 1 here, which would imply that I needed to have a group going over here. Let's see. If this is a 1, then I have a 5 here, which would imply I'm missing 1 and 4, which would imply both 1 and 4 here, which would imply a 6 and a 9 here. So this one is either a 3 or a 9, depending. It's a 3 if I have a... Let's see. It's a 3 if I have a 1 here, and it's a 9 if I have a 5 here. And let's see. When it's 3 and 6, that means I have a 2 here, and this blue one extends over here. And when it's 9 and 6, then my blue one extends down 1, because that's the case where all 3 of 1, 4, and 5 are already in here, so this one extends down. And when it extends down, what digits could it be? Well, let's see, actually, hang on. When this one is missing 3 and 6, what happens then? Then I have 3 digits over here, which must correspond to the same 3 digits over here. Yeah. When this one is also missing 3 and 6. So when this one is missing 3 and 6, I have a 4 here, which means I need to have a 4 here. When this is missing 3 and 6, this one's 4. And when this one is missing 1 and 4, that's when this is a 5, this is a 1 or a 4, this is a 1 or a 4, and I have all of 1, 4, and 5 in here. Let's see what happens then. Then I have a 2 here, this one's a 4. Okay, hang on a second, I think I can actually reduce this by 1. So when this is a 5, this one can't be a 5. When this one, when this one's a 5, that means I'm missing, let's see, 1 and 4, which make this 9 and 6, which doesn't tell me anything. And when I'm missing a 1 here, then I know I have a 5 here and a 5 up here. Okay, that did not help me as much as I would have liked at the end of the day. Okay, so yeah, this one has to be one of the 2 cages approaches here. And when this is 3/6, then I know these 3 are the same as these 3. Yeah. Yeah, and when this one contains one of 3/6, I know that the remaining 2 of these must be these. These 2, right? Because when this is 6 and 9, one of these is a 3. The other 2 of these must be these 2, because it can't be any of these, and this one here is going to be a 9. Or this one. Right? Yeah. So when this is 6 and 9, actually, let's see. When this is 6-9 pair here, that means that I can't be missing. Yeah, when this is 6-9, I have all 3 of these, which means I'm missing 1, 4, and 5, which makes this one a 5, 8 here, 6 here. So then 8 is one of these 3. Whatever the mystery digit is in here is also one of these 3. And in the other case, these 3 match up with these 3. This one's a 5. These 2 digits are these 2 digits. Okay. And I have gotten absolutely nowhere from that at all. Oh man. Let's see. Let's consider this diagonal for a second, actually. So I have a maximum here of 9 and 8, a maximum here of 9 and 8, which would add me up to That already puts me at 34, which means this one could be a maximum of 40-something. This one here, 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8, 34, maximum of 39. Okay. If one of these two is a 1, then that puts my maximum somewhere in the 30s range, I think. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 9 plus 8 is 27, plus another 9 is 36. So, okay. Let's see. When this one's 3 and 6, I have a 2 here, which means one of these is a 2, and the other ones... I don't really know what the other ones are, actually. Yeah, I don't know at all. Okay. So, I'm just gonna switch these ones to being this color while I continue to scratch my head at this. Let's see. If this was a 1, then this is a 5, which implies I'm missing 4 and 1, which would imply a 4. Yeah, when this is a 1, this one here is a 5, which means I'm missing 4 and 1, so all 3 of them are in here, and that implies this and a 4 here. If this were to be a, let's see, a 5, then I'd have a 1 here and a 4 here. Right, yeah, 5 here means 1 and a 1 here, which implies I'm missing 3 and 6, which means this is 3, 6, 2, and 4. Which means that's fine. And when I have a 4 here, I get a 1 and a 5. The 5 means I'm missing 1 and 4. 4, 1. That doesn't matter at all. Yeah, I'm really crashing and burning now, actually. Okay. Well, I know I can't have a 6 in either of these, so one of these two actually is a 6, and one of these 3 is a 6. In this column here, either this is a 6 or one of these 3 is a 6. And one of those two already is guaranteed to be a 5. If this one's a 5, then this is a 5, and if this is a 5, then one of these 3 is a 5, which that second part isn't helpful, particularly. But let's see. Wait a second. There always has to be a 2 in here, right? But if I have a 2 here, then I also have a 2 here, which means I can't have a 2 in any of these. Therefore, that case isn't possible. So this is a 6-9 pair. That's guaranteed. Okay, now we're cooking. And that means I get this, right? Because I have 6-9 pair here, which means that one of these has to be a 3. So then, therefore, since one of these is a 3, that means I have to have 3 and 6 in here and 1 and 4 missing. So this one has to be a 5. Oh my gosh, it lit up. Oh, thank goodness. Then I get this pair here. And now I know I'm missing 4 and 1. And I get this. Okay, now we're going somewhere. At least. This took me way too long. Okay. So I know that I have a 3 in here. I'm missing 1 and 4, which means I need to have 2, 7, and 9, 2, 3, and 7, which means that this one here has to be a 9. And I can get rid of the blue, probably. No, I'll keep it, just so I don't forget. Here I have a 20. These two add up to 5. I'm going to have 3 more minimum. Let's see. Minimum of 3 plus 5 plus 6, which is 14. 14 plus 5 already. Okay. So this one's going to be 3, 5, 7. Hang on. Forgot to have it centered. 3, 5, and 7, right? Because this sums up to 15. And the minimum I can get is 14, which isn't enough space. So, yeah. Okay. We get that. I know we need to have a 1, a 4, and a 5 here, so then there needs to be a 5 amongst these. as well. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna get, for my other digits, what else do I know? None of these, well, neither of these can be a 3 because of this, neither of these can be a 3, therefore this is a 3. Which means I have a 5, 7 pair, so that can't be a 5. I can get rid of this here. Okay. One of these is a 9. I already know about the 6s. Where do I go now? Let's see. 2, 7. This has to be some grouping of 2, 7, and 8. This here is some grouping of 2, 6, and 7, because I know there has to be an 8 in here, because there's an 8 over here, so it can't be in any of these, which means I have a 2, 7, 8, 9 quadruple, which means these ones are 1, 3, and 4. Okay. Which means I have a 3 down here, can't be the top one. And what else do I know then? One of these 3 is a 9. Okay. Well, I already know one of these is a 4, which means that one of these... Actually, wait, this is just a 1, 4, 9 triple. Yeah, okay. Yeah, here I have a 1, 4, 9 triple. Let's see. What else can I do now? One of these 3 is a 6. Let's see. These two, whichever of these is a 2 or a 7, that has to be in here. And whatever 2, 7 is here has to be here. This one also has to be over there. But none of that circular information particularly helps, I think. One of these 3 up here is a 9. Over here I can have 1, 2, 4, 5, or 9. So I get 1, 2, 4, 5 in here. Because, yeah, I guarantee I already have a 9 in the cage anyways. Let's see. Actually, this is a 3, 6 pair. Because I have a 3 down here as well, which means I get 3, 6 here, and then these two are 2 and 8, which means that this one here has to be a 7. Which means I get a 3, 7 pair here. No 7 down here. This is 2, 9. This is an 8. Here I have a 5 and a 7. And let's see, what else does that tell me? This one can't be a 2 because of the 2, 8 pair there. Okay. Where do I go now? One of these 3 is a 9. Because of the pairs of 9s in both of these. I have a 1, 2, 4, 5, which means I'm going to get rid of the pencil marking. This one here is 1 or 5. This one here is 2 or 4. And I'll get rid of this blue now, because I really shouldn't need it. Okay, this currently sums to 14 here, plus some combination of these two. Let's see. It is going to be in the 20s currently, unless this extends downwards, in which case it could be larger. Let's see. 14, or it could, yeah, it can't be in the 10s because of the 1 already in here. If this one is a 2, then it's going to have to extend downwards just at all. Yeah, if this one's a 2, then the only 2 possibilities left are 36 and, whatever, 40, but both of them are out. Therefore, this one can't be a 2. It must be an 8. And that tells me that this block is one block. 14 plus 8 is 22. This one can't be 28 because of the 8 here, so this must be a 3. Which is going to give me that. So I guess at least all the time I wasted just counting numbers at least helped me out with this part, getting it quickly. So there's that. Let's see. This one here already has a 3 and a 2, which means it must be, at this point, what could it be? Has to be, well, it can't be a 20, it can't be a 30, it can't reach 40, so it must be some multiple of something with a 10, 1 in the tens place, because if I have a 1 here, I could actually keep it low with a 1, I think. No, I can't, because these two are a minimum of 2 and 5. So 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 3 already is over 10, so... And this can't reach 40 because 9 plus 8 plus 3 is only 20, so this one must be a 4 then. And I currently have 9 here, and I need this. This one here is going to be a minimum of 2 plus 5, which is 7, so a minimum of 16. I obviously need to have the 2 because 5 plus 6 is going to get me to 11, which would put me at 20. So 2 plus 5 is 16, 2 plus 6 is 17, 2 plus 7 is 18, and 2 plus 8 is 19. So this one could have 6, 7, or 8. I just can't have a 9 in here. Yeah. Alright. Okay. I can get rid of this pencil marking now. Let's see. This cage here is 4 cells long. Considering the fact it has a 1 or a 5 in here, it's going to be some multiple of... It's going to be something with 2 or 3... 1 is the leading digit. Because minimum is 10, maximum with 5 is 29. So if I have a 1 here, then this is going to be some multiple of 20, so this can't be a 2. And, yeah, no, I actually don't think I can go anywhere. I don't want to have to go anywhere with this currently, but my fear is that might be what I have to look at. In which case we're going to get back to me counting numbers. But hopefully it won't come down to that. Okay. This diagonal over here. If I have a 1 in one of these, then this is going to be some factor of 20. I don't think I can hit 30. Let's see. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 4 is 10 now. So this is either something with a 1 or something with a 2 in the leading spot. Right? Yeah, because I can't go under, because 1 plus 4 is 5, plus... I could go under, actually. 2, 1, and 2. So I could go below. No, I can't. Because 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 plus 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So I can't go under, so I need to be missing 1 of 1 and 2 in here. If I'm missing a 2, this is going to be high. If I'm missing a 1, this is going to be a 2 plus... let's see. Yeah, if I'm skipping 1, I have 2 here. I have 11 currently. I have, let's see, 2 plus 5 plus 4. Yeah, 11. 11 plus 3 or 4 is going to put me at 14 or 15. Let's see, 14 or 15 means I can have a maximum of 5 here, so it's going to be 2, 3, or 4 plus 14 or 15 would put me at, like, I could get it up to 18, but, or, well, it's 2 or 3, actually. Get it up to 18. And if this is a 2 here, or if this is not a 2, if I have a 1 somewhere, then this can't be a 2, so it's a minimum of 5, maximum of 8. These two here are a maximum of 9, 17, so it's not even a question. Okay, so clearly this diagonal is not what I should care about, which makes me think it's probably this row, so let's see. I can't have 1, 5, or 4 for any of these two, and this one here can't be 2 or 6 either, so it's 3, 7, 8, or 9. This one here just can't be 7, so it's 2, 3, 8, or 9, or 6. Let's see. And this one here has to be something with 1 or 2 involved. If I want it to be something with 1 is the leading digit, then I have a 5 here, and then a minimum of 2 plus 3 plus 6, which is going to be what? 2 plus 3 plus 6 is 11 plus 5, 16 breaks, so can't have 16. If I'm missing one of 2 or 3, then I have 15, 20, which breaks. So if this is a 5, I need to have 2 and 3, which is going to put me up to 10, which doesn't work at all, because no matter what digit I put, it will be guaranteed to be the next one. So this can't be a 5, it has to be a 1. Which means that this thing has to sum up to something involving a 2, which means none of these 3 are a 2, which tells me that this is a 2. Oh, that was just a 3 given. Wow. I did not expect any givens in the puzzle other than that 7. Okay. So now I have this, which means I know this is a 2 and a 3 here, which means that this needs to be something missing a 1. So I get 4 and 5, and I get all of this. Let's see, for this one here, this is going to be a bit complicated actually. I'm not sure if I can get anything out of this yet. Let's see, I'm going to have 3 of the 5 digits, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, and I need to get it to a minimum of 20, which is possible with any set of digits as long as it's not just 5, 6, and 7. Right, because 5 plus 6 plus 7 is going to give you 18, plus 1 is 19. Anything larger than that already puts me at 20. My maximum is 25, which I can only hit if I use 7, 8, and 9, so there is literally nothing that I can't pick out of these other than not having both 8 and 9. Any other combination works completely fine, so I'm going to get absolutely nowhere with that. I do know that this one here is a 4, one of these is a, well actually this one's a 2. Which means the remaining ones in here are 5 and 9, which is solvable. So I get that, which means I have a 9 over here. This one here is 6, 7, or 8. One of these 2 is a 5. Let's see. Where do I go now? One of these 2 is a 3. Actually, this diagonal, can I do things with this? I currently have 9, 12, 14 here, and I need to get this. Well, this is going to be here 3 then, because 17 is, well, 3 is the smallest digit. The next smallest is a 6, which will put me up to 20. So this one here is a 3, which tells me there's a 3 here, which tells me one of these 2 is a 3. I get a 7 here and a 3 here. This one here is a 6 or an 8. And this row is missing a 1 still, which must go here. I need to have 6, 7, and 8 over here. This one here is 6 or 7. I have a 2 down here. This one here is 6, 7, or 8. Can't be 6 because of that. One of these 2 is a 9. Let's see. Okay. Now then, for this row here, actually nothing matters because this is currently 11, so no matter what digit this is, it's going to be completely fine. I've already solved the other one. Okay. I need to have a 1 in one of these 2 spots. And then the other ones are 5, 6, 7, and 8. Can't have a 6 here. One of these is a 6, but I don't think that's going to change much. This is a 1 or an 8. That's a 5, 7, or 8 here. And this one's a 1, 5, 7, or 8, which I'm not going to bother with. One of these 2 is a 4. Let's see. I think it's, yeah, at this point it's just I've got to do the Sudoku. I'm pretty sure there's, other than just, oh wait, this one. Actually, this one's just a 6. Okay. Alright, that's going to give me this, and the 2 here, as well as both of those marked down a little. Let's see. Then I know this one's a 2, so this one's a 6, so this is a 7 and a 6, and this can't be a 6 here. This is an 8, we get a 7, 9 and 6, and let's see. I get a This is currently at 16. 5 puts it at 21, which doesn't work. So I get an 8 there to put it at 24, which does work. Because, yeah, I'd forgotten that 21 was possible. That would have been one condition I could have barred out, but I don't think I would have gone anywhere with it. This is a 3, 4, 5, which... Oh, no, it is not a 5. That is not the correct digit. I'm at 3, 4, 8, which tells me a 4 here, and that's it. I get 5, 7 pair here, which I could solve from. This is 1, 3, 4, so I get 3, 4 here, 1, 3 here. This cage is going to be the thing, I think, that gives me the final part of the puzzle, as in it quite literally has to, but I'm just going to pencil mark it. Well, this one has to be a 5, so this is a 4 or 9. Okay, let's think through my options. One of these is a 1, so I'm currently at 6. I either add 3 to get to 9, or I add 8 to get to 14, and 14 breaks, so 1 plus 3, 9 here, 4 here, 1 here, 9 here. Okay, so this is the puzzle, and it was just the initial part. That was really the thing that slowed me down, because once I got through that, like 40-ish minutes and 20 minutes all for the rest of it, but yeah, it was a tricky lead-in. Anyways, with that being said, that's been it for this puzzle, so yeah, back to the standard times. But yeah, that's about expected for 5-star puzzles for me at this point in my Sudoku solving career. So yeah, I guess I'll see y'all next time I see y'all. So yeah, bye.